and welcome to another Elevated Marketing Chat, where we discuss data-driven digital marketing strategies to help your business grow. My name is Jennifer Denny. I am the owner of Elevated Marketing Solutions. We do have Solutions for a reason. We believe that we bring solutions to your digital marketing problems. All right, we are live per usual on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and I do believe we will have LinkedIn today. We've finally made it into LinkedIn. I don't know why it took so long to get there, but that's okay. We've been doing this a couple years now, and we love just, talking about digital marketing and helping break it down into simple solutions or simple ideas. So let's get started with our quote today that we always go into. Let me get that up on the screen. I'm a big motivational person, and I think because, some days are a lot harder than other days, and, you have to always look at things, and I think you always need that positive reinforcement. So today's quote, though, is when you're enthusiastic about what you do, you feel this positive energy, and it's very simple. And that might not be simple to everyone, but I highly encourage you to find something that you really like to do. So I love marketing. I love digital marketing specifically. So all of this comes really easy to me. So let's get started with today's topic. Is marketing really just sales? Well, I think it kind of depends on who you ask. Everybody has different perspectives, but I actually come from the sales world. I managed sales reps for almost a decade, and of course, I sold myself. So before I got, into marketing, we were actually selling marketing. So there wasn't too far of a leap, but I did not graduate with a marketing degree. I'm 100% self-taught, and I think anybody can be self-taught. It's just about determination and persistence and constant learning. So is marketing sales? It is definitely a matter of perspective. So let's talk about how they are alike, how they are different, and then how they help each other. So, when we go into this, there's different types of organizations where it's plausible that marketing is exactly sales. And what I'm talking about is e-commerce. When you are 100% selling everything online, then you are sales. And that's a growing business for sure. And sometimes people just have certain aspects of their business that is online completely. And sometimes people don't have anything of their business online. Now, I'm going to really discourage that. At the absolute bare minimum, I believe you at least need a website to, you know, inform people about what it is that you do and how you can help them. But that would be like the very low level. And then the extreme is that you are an e-commerce. And there are a lot of things all in between, which is why is marketing just sales is a matter of perspective. So let's talk about, the 5 ways that they are alike. So number 1, it's often a numbers game, regardless if it is sales or if it is marketing. It's about getting in front of enough people. And so, if you don't get in front of enough people and you're just expecting this immediate, kind of, oh, I'll just talk to one person or I'll talk to 5 and I'll hope to get a sale. Well, you might. you know, um, Marketing numbers game too. There's different levels of the funnel that we're paying attention to, and there's numbers within each one of those parts of the funnel. When you're in sales, a matter of having enough leads to go after and then narrowing that down to an actual sale. So there are lots of numbers between both marketing and sales, and I believe that's one of the items that make them the same. All right, number 2, they both have to consider how to target their market. Now, in marketing, we might be talking about some audience targeting, we might be talking about geographical targeting, we might be talking about platform targeting. In sales, though, sometimes you might not have a marketing department, and so you and yourself, let's say you're in a direct sales environment, you have to figure out, where you should go to and maybe what types of businesses that you should go after. And it's kind of that one-on-one relationship. So definitely both of them have to consider how they are going to target. Number 3, their job is to overcome objections as to why somebody would say no. On both aspects in marketing, you're building, that funnel of, okay, once I get somebody interested, at the very bottom, what are the reasons that are going to make them say yes? Do they understand how we're different than our competitors? Do they understand how we provide great value? Have they seen our testimonials? And the exact same thing is going to happen over on the sales, only the client might actually, or the lead, give you the direct objection and actually say, well, how about this? How about that? Objections are a very good thing. They make you figure out why somebody is not wanting to buy your product or service. So whether or not you're in marketing or sales, I think you should always pay attention to those objectives and learn to overcome those objectives. All right, number 4, both of them need to work on the messaging of their product or service. It sounds, I don't know, like a little up in the clouds possibly, but the words that you use when you're describing your product or service make a difference. I think sometimes in marketing it goes pretty extreme, but that's the psychology of it, and it actually does work. When you have your sales rep and they're directly in front of somebody, the type of language that they use is going to work with or against them with their prospect. Sometimes they have to be a little bit of a chameleon, but I think being a chameleon in general is a great thing in life. Everybody's different, everybody comes from different perspectives, so I think being open and understanding those different perspectives will help you no matter what. So number 5, they both have goals to achieve revenue success. I know every marketing person out there, well, not everybody. I would say at least, 30-40% of them are like, I'm not responsible for revenue. I do believe you are. You're at a different part of the funnel, and like we said in the beginning, if you're in e-commerce, then you are directly related. But even if you're not in e-commerce and you're driving leads for a sales rep to close, you are part of the revenue cycle. And so you need to look at how are you driving that revenue. Now, I don't think it's a secret at all that sales is responsible for revenue, but, that one's pretty obvious. So, all right, so we talked about 5 ways that they are alike. Let's talk about 5 ways that they are actually different. So, number 1, marketing is often at the beginning of the funnel, all the way at the top. They're making people aware of the product or service. They might even be bringing people all the way down to an actual lead where they need to talk with somebody, this sales team, and get some questions and answers, there. Sales is almost always at the very end. So I think I saw a stat one time that, with the internet, I've seen anywhere from 60 to 70% of a sale is made online before it gets to the sales rep. That's all of the research that they're doing to understand who they would like to buy from, understand their product and service. That has completely put things on, its head. It's more of that inbound marketing versus outbound is just directly calling somebody cold. So, number one, marketing is often at the beginning of the funnel, and sales is often at the end of the funnel. Number two, marketing is often talking to a group of people. So they're talking to more than one. When you're in sales, it's usually a one-to-one relationship where you're working with that. Now, you might have lots of one-to-one conversations, but usually it's a one-to-one, and marketing is a much broader and can sometimes be a really huge crowd. Number three, marketing is not always purely for selling. I know there's definitely that brand awareness that will eventually lead down to sales. But depending on how large your organization is, marketing can play the branding role, and marketing can sometimes play the customer service role. So after somebody has bought, making sure they're still enjoying their product or service. It really just depends on your organization, but I think I should at least throw it out there. So number four, they are often using different metrics. So what marketing looks at and what sales look at is usually completely different. Again, beginning of the funnel, end of the funnel, different parts, so they're often different. Number five, marketing often has budgets to manage. So, there's definitely some marketing that doesn't necessarily cost money online or offline to place, but there's still the efforts of the actual agency, to get those, what I would say, organic. Then there is the paid media. And so sometimes they're managing some large budgets there in order to get it out in front of people. So I would say number five is marketing often has budgets to manage. So we've talked about how they're alike. We've talked about how they are different. And I think the one thing is, they help each other. Like, they need to be part of each other, and there needs to be that constant communication. Sales cycles these days can be much shorter because of the internet and, being able to be sold. So a salesperson will have a shorter sales cycle because of online marketing. At the end of the day, though, they just need to be open and communicate. Marketing's bringing in leads and they're not that great of leads, let's work together and definitely not against each other. So that is it for today. You can like, follow, and subscribe at elevatedmarketing.solutions because we bring solutions to your digital marketing problems. My name is Jennifer Denny. I am the owner of Elevated Marketing Solutions. And next time, we're going to be talking about the important parts of a landing page and what all needs to be on there. You might not even know what a landing page is. That's okay. We'll explain that too, but we'll talk about, what gets a person to buy. Sometimes it's called conversion rate optimization. We like to make up new terms in marketing. So, all right, everybody, you take care, and that is it for today.